Good morning, folks. It's Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Morning wake up.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Good morning, y'all. This is Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Morning wake up. Wake up, Yonkers. Wake up. I'm Freddie Vasquez. How you doing this morning? Good morning, folks. Some sad stuff that I had sent to me. And by the way, if you notice that I'm wearing the same shirt as last night, I am. And not because I didn't take it off. It's because this is what I was going to wear today, and I just threw it on to do last night's podcast. Anyway, folks, because some people, they notice everything. You know, they do. They just like, you wore that yesterday on the show. Yeah, I did. That's because that's what I was going to wear today. You know, I like to prepare. Anyway, folks, this is what was sent to me yesterday in a text, and I couldn't believe it. Or maybe I should be able to believe it, right? This was the scene on South Broadway in front of St. Joseph's Hospital. I don't know if you can tell there. These are the police cars that are in front of the headquarters, the detective headquarters there in the court. South Broadway. This is an individual that was found deceased there from an apparent overdose. And this is what I was just talking about last night. The overdose problem that we are seeing here in the city of Yonkers, where, I mean, people are just being found in this condition all over the city almost every day now. What are officials doing about it? And I'm not saying that it's their fault. I'm not saying that they have to stop it. I'm just saying, is there some kind of plan, some kind of meeting that's being held to say, hey, man, we got to, the kids, people, residents walk by and they're finding people. I mean, people just going to work. As I mentioned, Wells Fargo employees came upon a man that was dead when they went to work one morning. And now, they locked that ATM up after 5 o'clock because they don't want that to happen again. And, so what's good? That's the plan. What's the meeting? Maybe, hopefully, but this is sad. And I just wanted to show that really quick. I'm gonna get out of here quick. I'm not going to be on here too long. I just wanted to show that. Good morning, Denise. Thank you. Good morning. How you doing? I think that we need to start addressing this, right? No more keeping it hush hush, because folks, I'm telling you, I get alerts, not just from the Yonkers police. I have other things that give me alerts, and I see this body found in cars very recently, overdose here in Yonkers, in a neighborhood, in a nice neighborhood too. Kids walking by, and you see people dead in a car. This is crazy. It's getting out of hand. It's very sad. I mean, you're driving down South Broadway after getting some McDonald's on your way home, eating some fries, and you look to the left, and there's a guy on the floor there dead of an overdose. Where's this drugs, coming from? Where's this deadly stuff coming from? And is there like some kind of agenda? And I'm not trying to be, again, create a conspiracy, but I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy, right? It's not like they haven't manufactured other drugs illegally that weren't killing people, right? So I don't know what's going on. I just want to come on here and show you that, folks. That's crazy. I'm looking at the picture. That's just sad. Anyway, on another note, let me get the guy out of here. I mean, that's just sad. Folks, that's sad. That's happening a lot, believe it or not. It's almost every day. And here in Yonkers. I'm not talking about the country. I'm talking about Yonkers. Just one more thing that we have here, among many other things. Roads, conditions, right? Corruption, right? Poor schools, affordable housing crisis. A lot of stuff. Anyway, anyone watch, on another note, the Kanye West, or have been hearing about Kanye West and what's been going on with him and what he has been saying? Is that something that interests anybody, by the way? Anyone have any comments on that? Because I watched an interview that he did 2 days ago, and now he's getting a lot of flack. And the reason why I'm mentioning it on here and on Basement Politics is because he's being called an anti-Semite, right? And so am I. Recently, I've had a few people call me an anti-Semite, and one of those individuals called me an anti-Semite because I think anti-Semite, that it's being overused now and it's being watered down, right? It really is, because I don't hate anyone for any reason. Never, never. Even the people that have been screwing with me with my business, I don't hate them. I maybe don't like them, but I don't hate them, right? I don't wish anything bad about them. I hoping that God blesses them to whatever He feels like blessing them. But I've been called an anti-Semite. One of the reasons recently was because I shared actually a post that someone or a letter that someone actually shared to my page. I just kind of put it to the forefront, and it was about Ron Mattin. I don't know where that damn letter's at. All right, and it basically was a letter to, I guess, several of the places that Ron Mattin works at, stating that he was in support of Hitler, right? Which I said, well, that's strange because Ron is Jewish, and he showing support for Hitler. But from what I'm hearing, he was maybe being sarcastic or it was some kind of a joke. But my thing in sharing it and was just that, well, Ron wrote the letter to the council regarding Mike Cater. The irony, someone writing this letter and Ron is like, oh, they're saying, well, it was just, just some satire or something like that to that effect. It wasn't, well, there was no basis for the letter that he wrote, right? So there you go. You see how karma works? What goes around comes around. But you know what the good thing is, Ron? That you're not going to lose as much, go through as much, or anything near what Mike Cater went through because of your letter. So that's a good thing, Ron. So that's a good thing. And I was not being anti-Semitic. I was merely pointing out the fact that Ron is Jewish, and why would he support Hitler? Right? That's what I was saying. So someone said, oh, you're anti-Semitic because of it. But see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Everything is anti-Semitic. Now Kanye West is being labeled anti-Semitic. And I watched that interview, and I got to tell you that I didn't see anything anti-Semitic about it, right? He basically stated a fact. And honestly, it wasn't a bad fact, right? It's funny, that people say, yo, I want to run things. I want to be the man. I run things, baby. Some people always had this, I want to be the boss. I want to run things, right? I want to be the guy that. So when you say that Jewish people run things, that's anti-Semitic? I don't understand that. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, right? And he basically says that I'm a black man. Did you know that Kanye West is the richest black man in America in history, in American history? Kanye West, the richest black man in American history. How many people knew that? Why don't we hear about that? Why do we hear Kanye West is crazy all the time in the media? Right, that's what we hear. Right. So, I'm only speaking about it because I have been called anti-Semite by simply stating that the developers that are coming here in Yonkers are Jewish, or they are. I mean, that's a fact. What's wrong with that? Right. And I'm saying that these developers are causing people to be pushed out of their homes. They're creating more problems for a certain group of people, not just by race, but by class as well. And I'm anti-Semitic. You can talk about anybody. You can call non-Jewish whites, like Italians and Irish, racist. You could call them white supremacists, or the Trump supporters, who are, a lot of them are white, but a lot are black too, and Hispanic, but a lot are white, are called white supremacists all over the media and encouraged to be called white supremacists, and that's okay. You can make fun of blacks. You can make fun of Hispanics. That's okay. But if you mention anything about someone Jewish, you're anti-Semitic, right? That's crazy. And I'm not, because I love all people. I absolutely have no issues with anyone. I have issues with what people do, maybe, but that has nothing to do with their race, gender, religious beliefs, sexual preference. None of that. Never have. Never displayed that. Ever. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Right? And my group of friends in high school, we were called the United Nations. One of my best friends, and I don't want to sound like those people that say, I got a black friend, but one of my best friends in high school was actually Jewish. Daniel Rosenstein, he was Jewish. And my other best friend, because I had like 3 best friends, and we all hung out all the time, right, was Mexican. Then I had a black best friend, Hakeem, who was Muslim. I mean, you know, you know. So that stuff is just, it's like almost like he making Kanye's point is actually proven, right? You can't talk about a certain group. And after he did that interview, which was, he went on a podcast that's really popular. In fact, his interviews, every time Kanye West has been on this podcast, their numbers have seen, record-breaking views. And so he's helping them. But then the very next day, the host of this podcast goes on to backpedal. He's a black guy, half black, half Hispanic, and he was a hip hop star at one point. He goes on to backpedal, saying how he failed as a black man, not as a journalist. He succeeded as a journalist, but failed as a black man for allowing Kanye West to speak what he wanted to speak about on his platform. You failed as a black man, Noriega? Really? He called himself a special ed student. He said, I'm sorry, man. I was a special ed student. That's why I allowed Kanye West to come on my show and do that. Insulting himself publicly and those who may have special needs who are students. Proving Kanye West's point right, that there is a control by a certain group. And that group told Noriega, the guy who hosts that show, he better go on and apologize and backpedal and be part of the attack against Kanye West, or they were going to shut his show down because they have that control over it. And that's what he did. Proving Kanye West right 1,000%. Folks, there's only so much you could reach if you're a certain individual. That's a fact. I've been in business. I've had it told to my face by Jewish individuals. We will not do business with you because you are not Jewish. Take that how you want. I have been told that to my face. And because of that, you could only sometimes go so far. Look at sports. Who are some of the greatest athletes? They remain athletes, not owners, right? So, and Kanye West is basically saying, I'm a billionaire. I'm the richest black man ever in American history, yet I'm still limited and restricted from doing certain things because certain groups want that control. And that's not okay. And it's like whoever that had control at the top, they allow certain people in little at a time, but they can't allow too many because they're scared to lose that control. And that's not okay. And that's what he's saying. And I think folks need to listen a little bit more because he's saying things that is going all over a lot of people's head, which is why they're calling him crazy. And then the media that he's speaking of is helping perpetuate that message. But that goes along with this whole fake news and everything else that we've been seeing recently on television and the mainstream media and all that stuff, folks. But we are in the age of light. Everything will come to light. So I'm Freddie Vasquez. I just wanted to mention that because I felt Kanye. I'm like, yeah, they're calling him an anti-Semite. People are labeling me an anti-Semite. I don't want anyone labeling me that because I don't. I don't discriminate. I don't dislike people or hate people over religion, race, gender. I don't, never have, never will. Don't even care about that. I only care about if you mess with me, then I won't like you. But if you leave me alone, I don't even care. Do what you want to do. God bless you. May you have everything that you desire and deserve. I want everyone to have the best, but no one should keep others down. And that's what Kanye West has a problem with, and I as well. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. I'm up out of here, folks. Listen, we're just being honest, Don't just honest. It is what it is, folks. Check out my Instagram page.
Freddie wins.
I am Freddie Vasquez. This is your Basement Politics morning wake up. Overdosing in Yonkers. Go check out the episode if you missed it last night. Man found on South Broadway, dead of an apparent overdose. Folks, it's all tied together. I wish I had all the time in the world to break it down. But we have to do something about these overdoses. It's getting out of hand. Another day in Yonkers. Have a blessed day, folks. Thank you very much. Keep supporting Basement Politics. I will see you this evening. Nader Sage versus Mike Green. Let's discuss it tonight.
Freddie wins.
And no, I'm not anti-Semitic. Just because that post I put up with Ron Matton doesn't make any sense.
Freddie
Actually, we're all Jews. I'm a Jew. I'm Sephardic. We all Jews, though. We are all from the tribe of Israel.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
The 12 tribes.
Freddie wins.
Get technical.
Fatality.
Have a great day.